Good evening. My name's Norman Murray and I work for Learning for Success. I thought we might wait just a few minutes, minute or so, just to wait to see we capture everyone that wants to attend. For those of you out there, please do let us know where you're from. Say good evening and what you might want from this evening's webinar. Be delighted to hear from you. As I say, my name's Norman Murray and I work for Learning for Success. See, we've got a lot of people from around the globe, South America, China, India, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, and of course the United Kingdom. Big welcome. Right, let's get started. My name's Norman Murray. I work for Learning for Success. We've been going for more than 25 years and I'm delighted to welcome you all to embed your culture and values into your performance management to drive behaviour. This is our landing page. It's about purpose, core knowledge, core behaviours, and specialist knowledge, because we believe that this is really important when you are dealing with performance management. This evening's agenda, we're going to look at all about performance management, a little bit about Learning for Success and who we work with, some issues around performance management. Why performance management? Why is it important? Some of the benefits of working with our performance management system and what is in it for you and how it might improve your performance management. Then we'll look at the benefits of our performance management, and then we'll deep dive into our performance management system and then talk about next steps, if that's okay for you. Who we work with. We work with a number of blue chips, including American Express, DHL, Kerry Foods, Campbell Foods, GlaxoSmithKline, Connie, Southeast Water, Barclays as examples. Not going to spend too much time on this because that's a sales pitch. Some of the issues we found in organisations, including the NHS, which is the biggest employer in the United Kingdom, which might apply, some of these might apply to your organisation. Morale is at an all-time low. Sickness and absence rates are at their highest. There's record numbers of people leaving for better jobs elsewhere. Interestingly, new on the agenda, or fairly new on the agenda, is high rates of mental health issues. In the NHS, the Unison believe that about 1/3 of their members have had paid time off for mental health. All this leads in delays in responding, in the NHS case, to patients, but in your case, to your clients and customers. Conversely, frontline staff have never been better trained to deliver better skills and better outcomes to their clients, or in the NHS case, to their patients. Studies have found that the better the performance management, the lower the rates of mental health issues, because your immediate team leader has a big input into your mental health. By no means not the only input, but has a part to play. In the NHS, they found that commitment to providing safe, high quality care is critical. And a commitment to effective and efficient, high quality performance is important. Behaviours are supported by compassion, inclusion for all patients and staff. Ways of working that focus on continuous learning, continuous improvement, and quality improvement and innovation are important. And enthusiastic cooperation, teamworking, and support across boundaries also play a part in delivering a high performance organisation, a high performance team, and high performance individual. And this has been found in organisations such as Salford Royal NHS Trust, East London NHS Trust, Frimley Healthcare. These have all been bastions of improvements in patient and staff outcomes, which may apply to your organisation. So, performance management problems. We've done this deliberately because planning is important, and clearly this slide shows that planning didn't happen. Poor performance management can take up a lot of valuable staff time, including that of your managers. Some are old-fashioned, clearly paper-based, or the paper-based system has been put online, which makes it clumsy and cumbersome. It's not tailored to the individual, team, or division. There's no immediate feedback to affirm or adjust behaviours. There's no measurement in place, including that of your culture, because we strongly believe that culture and values help drive behaviours in an organisation. And no SMART goals or no ongoing coaching conversations as part of the process. And all this leads to poor outcomes, wasted time, wasted energy, and delivers poor morale and poor employee satisfaction. So why should we review performance? Because it makes people feel valued. The number one, by a country mile, makes people feel valued. It helps to improve and engender trust between team members and team leaders. It helps set new goals, resolves minor grievances, strengthens relationships, because we believe that resources plus relationships equals results. In most organizations, the manager's resources are fixed time, fixed people, fixed machines, fixed processes. It's the relationships that has the biggest flex, and this helps deliver results. It helps to refocus your team and reprioritize on the things that's important. It gives you an oversight on what the current projects are and the status of those projects. You're able to assess training needs on behalf of your team. And certainly, once a year is not enough. Organizations are changing way too fast for this to be a once a year exercise. We believe it's about appraise. Knock off the A&P. It's all about saying well done. A few tweaks in here and there, a little bit of extra training, and you'll be on our way. Feedback we've had from our clients. What they want is to define clear employee objectives. followed by effective performance measurement processes, leading to meaningful analysis of results that leads to constructive conversations about performance feedback and training. As Steve Jobs said, we start with what you want and we work back to the technology. And this is our ethos. So although I'm going to show you a very quick presentation about some of the aspects of our performance management system, you tell us what you want and we'll deliver the technology. 3 reasons why you might want to consider us for your performance management. 1, you design the process, we deliver the outcomes. Secondly, we believe we're the most cost-effective and cheapest on the market. And thirdly, it saves time and is easy to use because you design it. The main benefits of our system, it gives you peer and upward performance reviews, which reduces favoritism and bias. It's tailored to the individual, so it makes it informative, relevant, and engaging. Immediate feedback to help affirm or adjust behaviours. There's dynamic goal setting. So one part of the organisation can set a goal and it doesn't affect other parts of the organisation. And it links measurable performance feedback to training. These are the key benefits. There are others. Feedback from our clients tells us that people don't like to be appraised. So therefore, don't call it an appraisal. Call it developing your potential, unlocking your potential, making the most of your potential, or some other key words that reflect what you want. Example, a lighting client of ours wants lighting up your potential. An engineering company wants to be measuring your potential and keeping it on track. As I say, this is the landing page, so we could have whatever photograph you wanted, to reflect your organization. Each employee gets their own username and password. We'd also use your color scheme here and your logo. So it would be yours. This is Simon Check's team. Now there's an online tutorial, so everyone gets the same information at the same time. Each team leader gets a list of his or her immediate team members. However, there'd be a few people in your organization at the top who would have a global overview. The chief exec, the HR director, the operations director, as examples. Might be 6, 8, 12 people probably that would have a global overview. You're able to create reports, which I'll talk about in a minute. You're also able to send notes in an immediate time frame to affirm or adjust behaviours. These are the 3 people that report into Simon Check: Dave, Andrea Newville, and Mike Sell. These are their dates for reviews. If the date goes past this date, then it changes colour. So both the team member and the team leader know there's a conversation missing. So let's have a look at the next slide. This is Dave. Dave is the production manager. Now putting his name and his job title in there, it immediately creates ownership, engagement, and interest. Dave can do 3 types of appraisal. You can do the classic manager to employee appraisal. You can do peer-to-peer appraisal. So anyone in Dave's at Dave's level, in Dave's area, can have an input into Dave's performance, and he can have an input into theirs. And we can have upward performance, which is really powerful because it keeps the managers on track. You click here for information on the performance principles. We can either use the ones that we have, or we can use yours, whatever you think is most important. Section A is the general section. This is where we would strongly recommend putting the culture and values of your organization. Because as I've said, culture and values help drive behavior. And we would come up with whatever number of questions you wanted to help drive the behaviors you're looking for. We have a number of psychologists back at head office who can help you once you've identified the culture and the values that you want. We can put that into questions to help drive the behaviors you're looking for. And there's no greater emphasis than if your boss talks about the behaviors he or she is looking for in their team. So in this example, the employee puts the company objectives and priorities first. Strongly disagree, disagree, mixed, agree, or strongly agree. And we do that for however many questions you want, typically 15 or 20 questions. And we give that a weighting, probably a weighting of not 30%, but 60%, because that helps drive the behavior you're looking for. The next section is performance of core responsibility. This is taken from the job description. Now, I don't know about you, but my experience of job descriptions in the organizations I've worked with is that they give you the job description in the first week you join, or even before you join, and then it's never ever referred to again. How can you do a performance review on someone's job without having the key core responsibilities of that job in front of you? It's a nonsense if you don't. So in this section, as an example, ensures the overall program budget is in place and is realistic and achievable. Resources required to achieve the job and costings of those resources and timings, etc., are in place. Poor, below standard, standard, above standard, and excellent. And we do that for however many key performance areas are of that job. Typically, 8 to 10 is the number that would be there. And we give that a weighting of probably 20%. Sorry. Yeah, 20%. The next section is the metrics section. This section is designed to capture the objective performance data. Not that organizations have problems with favoritism or bias. I'm sure your organization has never experienced favoritism and bias. But this helps to reduce it. So in here we put the parameters of what is outstanding performance and what performance needs to be improved. So in this example, on-time delivery of orders to customers, unit of measure is the number of orders delivered on time as a percentage total number of orders. Level of which is outstanding is 90%. What needs improvement is 85%. Again, we work with you to come up with those metrics. The second to last section is the comments on performance that isn't normally covered by KPIs. As this is about, as an example, someone might be really good at getting the team to go out for a team lunch, or getting the team to take on a team project or a team charity event. Or someone might be really good at taking them under their wing once they've done the organisation's induction, doing a team induction, if you like, being a team buddy. Because one of our clients has said, it's the glue that keeps the team together. And that's exactly it. This is a very simple, like a Word document. So what is the person's strengths? What is the areas for growth? And what's the overall assessment? Very simple, very positive, very powerful list of issues to write on. The final section is the growth plan. This is the forward-looking part of the document. Again, notice, click here for information on the use of goals. We can either use the one that's there, or we can use yours, whatever you think is appropriate. Number of goals, 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. So what is the goal? What is the plan to meet that goal? What is the time frame to meet that goal? And how will the goal be achieved, tracked, and measured? Now, by putting those into operation, by encouraging people to fill in those boxes, by default, they become SMART goals. And again, feedback we've had from our clients find this very powerful. Another very powerful byproduct of this is we found that managers need to be much more coaching orientated, because they will want to focus on this bottom box. Because if this bottom box is achieved by all their team members, then the team leaders become successful. So by default, managers become much more coaching orientated. And another powerful benefit of our process for you. So we write, is it a performance goal, a learning goal, or not applicable? If we've not finished the conversation, we click that box. Whoops. If we've clicked the conversation and it's all done, then we click calculate and save. And then up will come a number. And that number is how well we've performed out of 100. Now, supposing you're my boss. We've had the performance management conversation. We filled it all in. We've clicked the calculate and save. And up comes a number of, say, 59%. I'd be saying to you, excuse me, boss. I've worked really hard this quarter, and I've only got 59%. There's something not right. You would say to me, Norman, we filled it all in. We've completed it all as we should. What I would suggest, Norman, is coming back to this section, the culture and values section, which carries a weighting of 60%. Work on 1, 2, or 3 behaviours, and we can talk about it in the next quarter, because that will bump up your score. Because you're right, 59% isn't a good score, but you have every opportunity and you have all the potential, Norman, to lift your scores up the next time we chat. So pick out 1, 2, or 3 of the behaviours in our culture and values section that will really drive the behaviours you're looking for. Finally, as I've said, there are 3 reasons you should consider us for your performance management. 1, you tell us what you want and we will tailor it to your needs. Although I've shown you some of the issues and areas, you might want something else slightly different. We can do that. Secondly, we believe we're the cheapest on the market. Do go to our website, www.learnforest.com, for more information about our system. And if you want an in-depth conversation on our cost-effective, tailored digital performance management system, do email me at norman@learnforest.com. I really do appreciate your time tonight from around the world. It's been great having you on board, and I look forward to hearing from a number of you at norman@learnforest.com. Thank you for listening. Good evening.